I believe we held them to about 37 yards. We're getting off the field. We talked about all week long about having to earn every yard that we get, and it would be a battle of field position. I thought that was extremely evident in the first half, and again, we didn't cash in on our field position. Good football team. When we lost two individuals up front, I think the overall depth was apparent. And again, the only way you fix that depth is to recruit. I'm a realist. That's all I can tell you. But again, understanding how to win, you can't turn the football over. We're not generating any turnovers defensively, and can't turn the football over in the special teams game. And we did that. So I'll answer any questions you may have.
Butch, just how big at the end of the first half was that drive where they hit two quick long ones and then kind of everything, you guys were up 3-0 and then hit two quick scores? Just was that a turning point, did you feel like?
Well, I don't know if it was a turning point. You know, it's a game of momentum swings, but you know, you go in and you still have an opportunity to win a football game. You know, you regroup at halftime, you know, but again, we got to help our defense out. I've said it continually, and we're not doing that. And you know, I think we got some young men that are pressing right now and trying to play perfect, and that's not a world you want to live in. You know, you want to be able to play aggressively and not worry about making mistakes. And I think we have some young individuals right now that are really pressing.
But you guys have been pretty much in every single game in the fourth quarter until tonight. How difficult do you think it will be to hold your team together, I guess, kind of moving forward?
Well, we still have a lot to play for. And, you know, that's what I spoke to our football team about. And, you know, I told AJ, his leadership will be really evidenced this week and as the season continues to progress. And I think it's keeping everything in perspective. You know, we've had a grind. You know, we've just been through the most difficult schedule in all of college football. Let's keep it in perspective. It's unacceptable what happened tonight. But again, you have to move forward and you have to move on and you have to keep grinding. So our competitive character, our makeup, that's why we have the orange coat. That's why we've done everything, and we know all we have is each other in that locker room. And some guys need a pat on their butt, and I think it starts with everyone also holding themselves accountable, coming in and rectifying their mistakes, correcting it, and moving on. That's the only way. I'm not used to this, and it's not going to be accepted. But again, also, you know, you lose two offensive linemen and at a thin position right now, and you saw what happened. And we have to continue to move forward and progress. But you know, the only way I know is you keep working. I don't know what else to tell you. There's no easy solutions. There are no quick fixes, not in life, not in building a football program, not anything. And you know, again, people don't want to hear it, but I see the strides. I don't think anyone knows exactly, you know, it's not even worth talking about. But you know, I believe in our kids. I love our kids. I believe they're going to bounce back. They've given me no indication that they wouldn't. They're very prideful. They hurt. They expect to win, and they deserve to win. And it's going to be business as usual. We'll go back to work on Monday, and it's all you can do.
What do you know about Coleman and Marcus? And
I don't really know anything right now. I'll know a little bit more on Sunday.
Coach, you thought margin of error is something you referenced all.
Very small.
Is that, I mean, this is the first half, it's the classic example. You guys probably had to play about as
Yeah.
well as you
We're
could.
playing the number 3 ranked team in the country. There's a reason why they're the number 3 ranked team in the country, you know. And so we knew we'd have to earn every yard. We knew we couldn't turn the football over. I mean, we all knew that. And when you turn the football over, that gives you it gives you zero opportunity to win.
Is that I mean, it's got to be a little frustrating as a coach when you're sitting in the second quarter, just up 3-0, and you make a play 7 straight times, and you still just have a field goal lead. Is it kind of like, you know, it's harder than you anticipated it being every time?
No, because we anticipated it'd be this type of football game. I mean, that's a defense that had given up 6 touchdowns all year, you know. So, again, we knew it would be that gritty. That's why field position was at a premium in this game. But again, that was kind of the storyline. That was the ingredients to coming on the road and winning tonight. Obviously, that didn't happen, but got to keep moving forward.
You mentioned helping out the defense. So what was your overall evaluation of them? And was this kind of a night where just a little bit too much was asked of them?
Well, again, I think it's third downs. I thought particularly early, football is a game of momentum. You have an opportunity to come in and take the crowd out. By the way, it's another powerful illustration to prospective recruits and to our football team. We come on the road and a third of the stadium is orange. And I think that shows you the passion that our fan base has for Tennessee football and what we represent each and every day. And again, it's another illustration. There's a whole lot of people in this great state of Tennessee and Ball Nation that are counting on us. And we set the temperament. And again, it starts with me. I'm the caretaker of Tennessee football. But again, it's an illustration of what we represent.
But you talked about guys pressing. Do you feel like Justin was pressing there early on in the first match?
No, a couple of mistakes that maybe looked like it was the quarterback. We had one where he was in a scramble drill and he throws it to a spot, and we had a young player just stop on the play, and it's an interception. And again, we work it, all the time in practice, and it's just, those are the little things that we can't happen. And, our margin of error is very small, and we can't overcome those mistakes. So some of the things that look like it's the quarterback, sometimes it's not the quarterback.
Which obviously Jalen was pretty banged up this week. What do you think you were able to get out of him tonight?
I thought a gritty performance. Again, here's a young man, a true freshman who, is giving his all, very prideful, plays exceptionally hard, very, very proud of him, and we're going to need more of that down the stretch. And these are all experiences. People don't want to hear it, but these are all experiences that we have to learn from and move on. And we'll be better off for it in the long run. And these are nights that if you're a competitor, you never forget. You just put it in your back pocket and you never forget it and you move forward. And I hope that maybe, when these freshmen are juniors, sophomores, this drives us. But again, we still have a lot to play for during this season. And again, we just have to keep working every day.
Coach, you knew that the Ole Miss defense was really good. Was there anything that's really surprised you about how good they were?
No. They're very, very explosive. They run to the football. They're well coached. And they play with an attitude. They play with a mindset.
Coach, I know Gillen had been clear, but when you have an injury and you have to turn to a guy that tore his ACL 7 weeks ago, what's going through your mind on the sideline?
Well, again, I think that it's everything I've been pointing out with our lack of depth, and I think that was extremely apparent. I think it's a tribute to Jacob and working his way back. When you got a tackle that has no ACL, that's given everything that he has. And so again, I'm indebted to him for his leadership and his passion to be out there. I think it speaks volumes about him.
Which on the drive where Justin looked like he limped off, did you guys discuss bringing Nathan in to start that drive?
Yes.
And why did you decide to stick with Justin?
Because we need to score points and need to keep working together as a football team. And in all 11, every rep we get on offense is absolutely critical.
Another performance, I'm sure y'all are getting used to it with Barnett though tonight. Just kind of looked like he had 4 or 5 times for loss.
Another very
27-3 in the fourth quarter, and he's kind of breaking through to make plays. It seemed like the kid really never kind of stops.
Another very solid performance by by Derek, and he's been doing that all year long. And again, you hope that with the volume of repetitions and the success that he's having, that's also going to translate, from a leadership standpoint as well. And he brings so much to our defense. Again, a true freshman doing what he's doing has really been very, very impressive. Like I said, Derek is mature beyond his years.
Corey Green is another guy that looked like he was making some disruptive plays. What did you see from him?
Yeah, I thought Corey was very, very active, particularly early, coming off the football and playing like he normally does with a motor, and that was great to see because we really need his production on defense.
It's the depth like behind Jalen. How close is Marlon to being healthy, and where does Hunter else factor in?
Marlon still wasn't 100%, so we had to pick our spots with him. He tried to gut it out, but he wasn't ready to go. And, again, Burrell is continuing to progress, and, based on our health, we'll probably have, more of a role next week.
Coach, can you explain the philosophy between, it seemed like the three offensive line came in, and when one came in, move them around, kind of what was the?
Trying to get the best 5 on there.
Worley took a pretty big hit there late. Looked like he might have dinged up his shoulder or anything. Do you have an update on his?
No, I'll know a little bit more tomorrow.
Defensively, what else did you like? I guess you mentioned Derek and Warriors. Who else kind of stood out to you? What else you feel like you guys did well?
Well, I thought we played well together, as a defense. I thought we ran to the football. I thought, we were able to get off blocks. I thought we impacted the quarterback early. And again, you hold the team to 37 yards in the first 7 possessions. But again, as the game went on, I was disappointed at the end we didn't get a stop. And again, field position game. I thought that we gave them a short field. We did a good job a couple times in forcing them to kick field goals. But I thought, take away a drive or two towards the end of the game, I thought they were resilient all night.
I know we've asked version this question before, but with some of the protection issues up front, especially it's not when a couple guys come down, and how much, if any, does that handicap you from a play calling?
Oh, it's major. It handicaps you major. Now all of a sudden, you're trying to chip release and you're trying to go max protection. And so again, it's a great challenge. You try to move the pocket and sprint out. So your first thought process as a play caller is you're trying to, to do different things with launch points and all that, and it's a challenge and screen games and all that. So it does handicap you a little bit, but that's where we're at, and we have to overcome that, and we just have to have some players step up and make more plays. But it does handicap you.
What adjustments did Ole Miss do on offense?
I'm sorry?
What adjustments did Ole Miss do on offense after those 7-8 possessions on offense?
Nothing really, we missed a couple tackles. They did a couple times where they divided our defense. We were running a stunt in our end, didn't get across, and we were a gap short, and that's when the one touchdown that they scored on. They went to some outside zone away from our rotation in the secondary. They were running away from it, but it was pretty much the same stuff they were doing. To start the game, they just executed better.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.